The winter of 2025 brought an unexpected warmth to Russia, not from politics, but from song. As snow blanketed the streets and icy winds swept through the cities, a new kind of energy began to pulse through the air, one that had nothing to do with the usual winter festivities. Across cities and villages, people gathered in the cold, singing Filipino love ballads with surprising passion. The melodies, foreign yet somehow familiar, echoed through frosty parks and cozy living rooms, drawing neighbors and strangers together. Viral videos showed factory workers in Novosibirsk and children near the Arctic Circle belting out Tagalog tunes, their voices rising above the snow. Even in the most remote settlements, the music became a beacon of joy, uniting people across vast distances. On Moscow trains, teenagers shared smartphones, taking turns singing, their faces lit with joy. The rhythm of the city seemed to change, as laughter and music replaced the usual silence of the commute. This wasn't a fleeting trend. It was a cultural thaw, melting the famed Russian Reserve. For the first time in years, generations mingled freely, united by the universal language of music. The origin, not a government program, but a quiet engineer named Dmitry Volkov, who discovered Filipino karaoke on a business trip. In the bustling streets of Manila, he stumbled upon a karaoke bar, drawn in by the laughter and the heartfelt singing. In Manila, he found music as a way to connect, not just perform. He saw how strangers became friends over a shared song, and how music could break down barriers in a way words never could. He brought home more than memories. He brought a spark. That spark was a simple karaoke machine, but it carried the spirit of connection and joy he had witnessed abroad. That spark would soon ignite a fire across Russia's frozen landscape. From bustling cities to quiet villages, the music spread, lighting up the long winter nights with hope and laughter. And so, a single melody began to bridge worlds. It was more than just entertainment, it was a movement, a gentle revolution, carried on the wings of song. The story of how it happened starts with one man and a song, but as the music grew, it became the story of a nation rediscovering its voice and finding unexpected harmony in the heart of winter. Dmitry Volkov, a reserved engineer from Moscow, arrived in Manila expecting only heat, chaos, and the unfamiliar pulse of a foreign city. He braced himself for crowded streets, the tropical humidity, and the constant movement of people, but he was unprepared for something else entirely. The city's ever-present soundtrack of singing that seemed to float through every alley and open window. It wasn't just noise, it was music, karaoke melodies, heartfelt and unfiltered, echoing through the night air, blending with the city's heartbeat. On his first night out, his colleagues didn't take him to a quiet dinner as he'd hoped. Instead, they swept him into a karaoke room alive with laughter, music, and the warmth of shared stories. One by one, they took the microphone, singing with raw emotion. Each song became a confession, a celebration, or a release, transforming the small room into a stage for joy, heartbreak, and everything in between. Dmitry, shy and self-conscious, at first declined the microphone, insisting that singing was best left to professionals. He watched from the sidelines, feeling out of place but quietly fascinated. Yet as the night wore on, he saw how music dissolved barriers. Strangers became friends, colleagues became confidants, and laughter filled the spaces where words might have failed. Even the most stoic manager, known for his seriousness, wiped away a tear during a soulful ballad, only to burst into laughter moments later during a playful duet. In that room, everyone was equal, united by melody and emotion. That night, Dmitry realized the noise he'd heard on the streets was actually the sound of life, connection, vulnerability, and the courage to share one's heart openly. In Manila, feelings weren't hidden behind closed doors or polite conversation. Here, emotions were sung, loudly, proudly, and without shame. As he wandered the city's neon-lit streets, Dmitry found himself craving that sound, the music, the laughter, the sense of belonging. It was a warmth that could fill the silence he'd always known back home in Moscow. The city's music lingered in his mind, weaving itself into his memories, a new rhythm he couldn't ignore. It was as if Manila itself was singing to him, inviting him to join in. He was changed, though he didn't fully realize it yet. Something inside him had shifted, awakened by the city's song. The journey had only begun, and Dmitry was ready to discover what other melodies Manila and life had in store for him. Dmitry soon saw karaoke was woven into Filipino life. In rural provinces, families sang together after work, sharing stories through music. His driver Rico explained, "For us, singing is like breathing. Happy, sad, in love, we sing." Imperfection was celebrated. The act of sharing mattered more than the performance. Dmitry watched construction workers and shopkeepers sing for joy, not applause. The music was a language of the heart, understood by all. On his last night, Dmitry finally took the microphone. His voice was shaky, his accent thick, but he sang, and felt his own reserve begin to crack. For the first time, he wasn't just observing, he was part of the song. In that moment, Dmitry discovered the power of vulnerability. He left Manila changed, carrying a new warmth inside. The invitation to connect was now his to share. And he would. Dmitry returned to a cold, silent Moscow, carrying a Filipino karaoke machine. His family was puzzled. The machine sat unused as winter deepened and isolation grew. One snowy day, Dmitry turned it on, singing a hopeful melody from Manila. His wife and son joined, hesitant but smiling, their voices filling the apartment. Soon, it became a weekend ritual, breaking the silence with laughter and song. Neighbors joined, drawn by the warmth. An elderly couple, once isolated, found joy in singing Filipino ballads. The karaoke machine became a campfire, gathering people together. In the heart of winter, music brought light. Dmitry's small act of sharing began to ripple outward. The cold seemed less harsh, the city less lonely. A new tradition was born, one song at a time, and it was only the beginning. Dmitry's gatherings grew, moving from his apartment to the building's common room. A video of Muscovites singing Filipino songs went viral, sparking a nationwide trend. Ruskoe karaoke trended, but always with Filipino melodies. Karaoke machines with OPM songbooks sold out across Russia. Radio stations launched Manila Hours, and bars hosted Filipino karaoke nights. In Siberia, entire villages sang about sunshine and love during the polar night, defying the darkness. The music was more than entertainment, it was a communal light. Across Russia, people found connection in shared song. The Filipino ballads became a lifeline, a reminder of warmth and hope. The movement was unstoppable. To truly understand the phenomenon of singing, you have to listen to the stories behind every note, every lyric, and every voice that rises in song. It's not just about the music itself, but about the lives and emotions woven into each melody. Anya, a Moscow student, shared her thoughts. Filipino songs are about the heart. They let us feel freely, without judgment or fear. For her, these songs became a safe space, a way to express emotions that words alone could not capture. Rico, back in Manila, watched videos of Russians singing and smiled. The heart feels the same, snow or sun. Singing is the bridge, he said, marveling at how music could connect people across continents and climates, making distant places feel close. In St. Petersburg, a veteran named Boris was moved to tears by a Filipino song about parental love. The melody reminded him of his own childhood, and the memories it stirred were both painful and healing. "We built walls around our hearts," Boris confessed quietly. "This music chips away at the stone, letting light and warmth in where there was only cold before." Mental health experts began to notice a shift. Collective singing was becoming a form of communal therapy, a way for people to process grief, loneliness, and even joy together. Dr. Petrova explained, "In a Stoic culture, singing together makes emotions bearable. It gives people permission to feel, to share, and to heal as a group." The Filipinos had given Russia a new language for its feelings, a way to express what had long been hidden beneath the surface. Through song, sadness became shareable, and joy became contagious, spreading from one person to another like a gentle wave. The world felt smaller, kinder, as if the distance between Moscow and Manila had vanished in a single chorus. The bridge of music was real, built not of stone or steel, but of voices, hope, and shared humanity. And it was just the beginning of a deeper transformation, as more people found courage to sing out loud and share their stories. The heart of Russia was learning to sing, and in that song, it was learning to heal. By summer 2025, the movement became official, the Moscow-Manila Friendship Festival, Red Square filled with thousands, Filipino pop music echoing off the onion domes. Food stalls offered adobo and borscht, Children wore Philippine flag face paint. The highlight, a people's chorus, singing a Filipino ballad in Tagalog and Russian. Dmitry stood in the crowd, watching strangers link arms and sing together. It was more than a festival, it was a living bridge between cultures. The event became annual, spreading to other cities. Schools taught Filipino music, clubs formed to celebrate OPM. Russian songs appeared in Manila karaoke bars, as curiosity flowed both ways. The bridge of song now carried traffic in both directions. A new friendship was born, built on shared melodies. Beyond festivals, a quieter change swept Russia. Filipino karaoke taught people the language of joy, steady, accessible, and shared. Singing together broke down barriers, making vulnerability and happiness less rare. Russians learned to perform with feeling, not just precision. In offices and factories, karaoke breaks replaced coffee breaks, leveling hierarchies and building camaraderie. The boss and intern became equals in song. Russians learned resilience, Filipino style, finding light in hardship. Singing became an act of defiance and hope. The lesson was simple. The human spirit can always find a reason to sing, and that lesson was a gift, carried on the wings of a song. 2 years after the first viral video, Dmitry returned to Manila, not as a stranger, but as a friend. The city's music now felt like home. On his last night, he joined his old friends at the same karaoke bar where it all began. This time, Dmitry took the microphone without hesitation, choosing a joyful Filipino tune. He sang with warmth and confidence, his Tagalog accented but heartfelt. His friends watched with pride as he shared a feeling that now belonged to everyone. He was no longer an observer, but part of a global chorus. When the song ended, the room erupted in applause. Rico hugged him. "Now you are Filipino!" Dmitry laughed, the circle complete. The song that traveled from Manila to Moscow had come home. It was a story of shared humanity, a simple melody building the strongest bridge. And it all began with one man, one song, and the courage to sing.